hearing room was new.
So I think, it would be good.
William Wagener, our next speaker. And we're going to go to Santa Barbara for Jeff Bard.
Good morning, supervisors. I'm William Wagener. I was here 2 years ago and Peter Adams wasn't on the board yet. And I came with a big bag of letters from people around the world that were asking you to do justice where the justice system itself has failed. Affidavit I gave you 2 years ago and handed to the clerk when I was done. My point is, I'm here to ask you specifically to appoint a special prosecutor to review the sworn affidavit I gave you 2 years ago and handed to the clerk when I was done, stating, in fact, that Mad Dog, as he's called affectionately before he retired, Thomas Sneddon, Gordon Auchincloss, Ron Zonin, and Meg Nicola be indicted for fabricating evidence and committing 3 felonies in the trial that concluded on June 13th, 9 years ago, against Michael Jackson, a completely innocent, black, and very talented man who resided in this county at a place known as the Sycamore Ranch or Neverland Ranch. These 4 prosecutors committed felonies in fabricating evidence, and it was exposed by Thomas Mesereau and Susan Yu, defenders in court, and the all-white jury acquitted this very black and talented man, a very charitable and innocent man, of all 10 felonies, and the later included misdemeanors. How could that happen and not anybody know that the prosecutors committed felonies? I have zero confidence in the Santa Barbara District Attorney's Office because Christine, the late Christine Stanley, who I predicted to her she would not live to see the end of her first term, and she didn't, because she would not indict Tom Sneddon, her close friend and bosom buddy. And Joyce Dudley continues in the same methodology that you can't indict official for committing felonies. Really? Wasn't Richard Nixon impeached for a lot less than fabricating evidence in a courtroom? Because you failed to appoint that special prosecutor, now we have these brazen people, Jimmy Safechuck and Wade Robson, now claiming the exact opposite, that they were molested by Michael Jackson because you didn't do your job. You're the alternative when the justice system fails. Indict these 4 criminals. They are unindicted criminals. And they need to be indicted, and you need to appoint a special prosecutor, or you need to indict Wade Robson for committing perjury. Why hasn't Joyce Dudley indicted this young man for committing perjury? Either he lied in 2005 or he's lying now. Either way, he committed perjury. So why isn't Santa Barbara's District Attorney, Joyce Dudley, chaffing at the bit to
Mr. Wagner, you're half a minute over.
To put Wade Robson in jail for perjury? Thank you for your consideration, and I hope you move on this, set it for the agenda.
Thank you.
We're going to go to Santa Barbara for Jeff Bard and Dr. Robert Jones.
Good morning, Supervisor. I'm Dr. Robert L. Johns, PhD clinical psychologist, researcher, very fabulous researcher. What I found is, and I listened to this very carefully, Mr. Wagner's comments, and I just want you to know, Mr. Wagner and Supervisor, I found Tom Sneddon to be a super racist and a Nazi. Sneddon is very much a part of why the Nazis are in this county right now, and why the Nazis have been manipulating this county board. Now, Carvajal Central issue here is, when did you know about these Nazis and Sneddon? Well, you knew about it when you came aboard because they told you about it. Now, Sneddon, you need to come before this board and face me, and I'm calling myself now the Black Nazi Hunter. Now, and you can laugh at that. And Carvajal laughed at me in 05, 06. And look where we are now, Carvajal. Keep laughing. Now, these Nazis, the descendants of the Camp Cook Nazis, that's what they are, and they are the youth group, loro. They are the Senate, Veterans Association.